The European Championship tournament has started, and from the few matches played, one thing is clear. This year's Euros will be one of the best yet. Without a doubt, a tournament that houses some of the best players in the world all playing together is a must-watch. Now, the group stage is over, so the real excitement can begin in the knockout stages when the giants start facing off. On one side of the draw, anyway. Because 4 of Europe's greatest footballing nations are on the same side of the draw, and the matches we could witness in the next fortnight could be amazing. Who on earth will come out on top? Germany, France, Portugal and Spain have all managed to qualify and now face the long road towards the finals. If all other things go well for the 2 European giants, then we will have the opportunity to witness football at its finest in the quarter-finals with Germany vs Spain and France vs Portugal. The Portuguese national football team is an impressive group, famous for its talent, skill and tactical prowess on the pitch. With a mix of veterans, rising talents and the presence of one of the greatest footballers of all time, Cristiano Ronaldo, the Portugal national team are playing decent football and showing great potential. They showed that potential in their opening match against the Czech Republic, when they went from 1 goal down to winning the match by 2-1. And furthermore, in their convincing win against Turkey in their second match, which guaranteed them a top of the group finish after just 2 games. Now, before the Portugal haters start commenting, having won their first 2 games and qualified for the round of 16, Roberto Martinez decided to reshuffle his team and start some of the players that were yet to play and rest some of the big names in the third group game. He left out some of his best players and tried a new pattern. Players like Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva, Ruben Dias, Pepe, Leao and Vitinha were all benched. Although this decision ended badly for the team, as Portugal were thrashed 2-0 by Georgia, many view his decision as a good one, as it will aid the fitness of unused players in the knockout stage and give a needed rest to the main players. A big reason why it was possible to bench some key players is that the squad depth in this team is very strong. So we don't think this is a huge setback for Roberto Martinez's players, and it could prove to be a crucial piece of tactical mastery. Unlike Germany and other top European nations, Portugal's great exploits in the international space only started a few years ago. They didn't win the Euros until their 8th appearance in 2016. Portugal, despite their excellent teams and talents in the early 2000s and even before that, couldn't quite ever get their hands on an international trophy until, of course, Cristiano Ronaldo came along. Ronaldo led the team to winning the European Championships in 2016 and the UEFA Nations League in 2019. I mean, if you count those. Since then, Portugal's standing at the international level has inevitably increased with these successes. But the question is, can Ronaldo, in what is likely his last European Championship tournament, captain his team to winning the tournament again? But of course, it's not only Ronaldo. The Portuguese national team has a lot of wonderful players who are in good form. Their roster of world-class experienced players is stacked. These experienced professionals will be joined in the ranks by hotly tipped younger players like Gonçalo Inácio, Rafael Leao, Vitinha, João Neves and Nuno Mendes, to name just a few. Portugal's team is a perfect balance of a good defence coupled with a good midfield and a beautiful attack. With Ruben Dias controlling the defence line, Bruno Fernandes in charge of the midfield and Cristiano Ronaldo leading the attackers, the Portuguese team might just be on its way to winning its second European Championship tournament. Portugal will play one of the best third-place teams, who Portugal will be devastated if they don't beat. A win there will see them through to the quarter-finals against France. Now, France have been disappointing thus far after they scraped through Austria 1-0 when Mbappe was injured and subsequently missed their second game against the Netherlands team, which is starting to look strong again, and were held to a goalless draw. Then, upon Mbappe's return, fans were expecting an emphatic win against Poland to seal France's place at the top of the group and avoid this side of the knockout stage. But regardless, France were held to another draw and didn't even finish top of their group, which no one would have predicted. However, with players like Mbappe, N'Golo Kante, Saliba all playing well, France can of course never be counted out. The midfield battle in this clash will be particularly exciting though, with the likes of of Kante, Tchouaméni and Rabiot against Portugal's Vitinha, Palhinha and Bruno Fernandes. Of course, another key battle that could decide the game will be Rafael Leao against Jules Koundé. Who do you think will get the better of this juicy quarter-final? Now then, the hosts Germany are another strong favourite to win the European Championship tournaments. Although the squad has been actually a shadow of their former selves in recent years, they're not to be messed around with. The German national team trophy cabinet is massive. They've got 4 World Cups and 3 European Championships. And with their now rejuvenated squad playing on home soil, they're probably even the favourites right now. So far, the German national team are on fire. In the opening match of the Euros, they rained in the goals on Scotland, winning 5-1, which is currently the highest winning margin in the Euros, as well as the match with the highest number of goals scored. Now, for a team criticised for not having a prolific goal scorer, well, this is massive. Then in match day 2, Germany continued their beautiful form. They're in total control against Hungary, beating them 2-0. And by winning their first 2 matches and drawing the third, the host team successfully topped out of Group A with 7 points. Germany first face Denmark, who've shown that they're a strong, compact side, but a side that Germany would be comfortably favourites to win against. Now, Germany's exceptional European Championship tournament form is owing to just the number of great informed players in their squad and the cohesion. Florian Wirtz is arguably Germany's best young player currently. The youngster, of course, led the Leverkusen team to their invincible league win and a League Cup trophy. Wirtz has successfully started replicating this beautiful form in Leverkusen for Germany now. He was an integral part of the German side that defeated Scotland and Hungary, scoring the first goal of the Euro 2024 tournament in the opening match against Scotland. But another German youngster in beautiful form is Jamal Musiala. Musiala, the man who has been termed the next Messi, has been spectacular for Germany since the start of the Euros. Musiala was actually named player of the match after his spectacular performance against Scotland in the opening game. Against Hungary, he continued his beautiful form and scored the opening goal in their 2-0 win. So far in the competition, Germany's probably most standout player is the captain, Ilkay Gundogan. He has been a beauty to watch, winning a penalty in the first match against Scotland and had 2 goal contributions in the 2-0 win against Hungary, picking up player of the match along the way. And with the number of world-class players the German national team has and the beautiful form they're in, coupled with the home advantage they have, there's really nothing stopping them from getting to the quarter-final. But then the real challenge begins. Spain. Now, this quarter-final is huge. Spain have really impressed so far with this Euros, and the Spaniards are playing some convincing football. We are among the contenders who are going to fight for the trophy, said De La Fuente, who's Spain's coach. We have to try to live up to expectations, and the expectation is that we will compete to win. Spain can boast of having some great players like Rodri, Pedri, Carvajal, Alejandro Grimaldo, Unai Simon, Lamine Yamal, Dani Olmo, Nico Williams, Fabian Ruiz, many others. And one thing these players all have in common is that most of them are youngsters. Arguably, Spain have the best young players in Europe. The most promising of these players at the moment appears to be Lamine Yamal. Yamal is currently one of the best teenagers in the world of football. He stands out for his ability to take players on, create chances, and his versatility as he can play as a striker, attacking midfielder, or on the right wing. Boasting such a technical profile, he is another player often referred to as the next Messi. Another Spanish youngster who's shocked the world is Pedri. Now, although in recent years, the 21-year-old midfielder has been having the occasional recurring injury, he still remains one of the best midfielders in the world. As Xavi said, Pedri is a superlative footballer. He understands the game. He makes a difference with passes. He doesn't lose the ball. He's decisive. He's one of the best that has come through La Masia. Pedri has already proven that he can play at any level of the game, with beautiful displays for both club and country. Now, although there were concerns about his availability for the Euros due to injury, he's returned from injury in April and has since proved he's in good form. With the very young talent Spain has on offer, it is important that the team has experience somewhere to guide the youngsters and keep them disciplined and switched on. So who better than this next player? Perhaps the most important player in the team, and even any team he plays in, is Rodri. Without doubt, he's arguably the best player in one of the best teams in the world at Manchester City. Man City's head coach Pep recently sang praises of him, saying Rodri is unbelievable and the best midfield player currently in the world by far. It's difficult to understand what we've done in recent years without him. It would have been difficult. With him, we're a better team, the City boss stated. Players alike have also sung the praises of the holding midfielder. It's just a joy to share a football pitch with him, said Luton captain Tom Lockyer. He's just a Rolls Royce. When you thought you had him pressed and were going to nick the ball, you weren't. He was just teasing you, so the person who got the next pass had more time on the ball. Another key battle for this fixture will for sure be Ousmane Dembele against Marc Cucurella. Good luck, Mark. So for sure, Spain versus Germany will be another match to remember when it comes around. But who will come out on top and meet France or Portugal in the semi-final?